Good afternoon. This is Angela with Dogwood Paper Arts. Welcome back to my channel and hello new subscribers. So I've got another treat for you for in the signature page, and I thought maybe you'd like to come along and play with me on this. So I am going to give you the base layer, and then if you want to go back and cover it, then you could do that and decorate it. That would be, whatever you'd like to do. But this is what one looks like made out of the same paper that we've been using from the garden book. It measures 8.5 by 19 3/4, I think it was. So we can use that. So this is what this one looks like. And it goes in the signature, like, where's my signature? There it is. It goes in the signature like this. And then, of course, it would be sewn in, and you'd want it to get sewn in either at where, if you're doing a 3-hole pamphlet, you could anchor it in 2 places, the center and the upper. Or you could just anchor it in the center or just in the lower or upper if you want. But it would need to be anchored in your signature, sewn in. So there's that. It has journaling on this side. And on this side, you could put pockets. There's all kinds of things you could do. You could put pockets out here. And then, of course, each one opens up. And inside you have a journaling place. Now this, as you can tell, was the book. And I covered the outside, but I didn't do anything else with the inside. So and this is the same way here. It just has a little journaling piece of paper in it. So there's that one. The other example I have for you is made from a book page, and it looks like, not a book page, I am so sorry, from a 12 by 12 scrap of scrapbook paper. This is very thin. I just put this on the outside for decoration, but you could put a journaling area, you could put flowers or whatever you desire. And the way I folded this one over, it makes a pocket. I put snaps on this one. I don't know how well they would hold up on this thin paper, but inside are some little journaling cards. And I did cover the inside of this one just because it's white on the inside. So not that that matters. If you don't mind it just being not covered at all, then that's a good way to do it too, because it looks just as good. So there is that one, and it is the same. It's in the signature, or if you want, you could do it as a page pop over and just put a clip on it, or you could do it not so well this way, but if you put a clip on it, you could put it in this way as a pull out. Or if you like, don't decorate the back. Put glue here, here, and right along that edge. And then the same over here, and you have another pocket. So just an idea. So there's that one. So if we have time, we'll go through and make a couple of these. On this one, this was the money, kind of the money pouch one, those ones we did with where you the coin envelopes. Duh. can't get it out today, can I? Okay, very simple folds. All I did was fold this up, keeping this center line together. And then I folded this one over to meet this section. You could make it a thinner pocket and bring this up higher and have a little tuck spot here if you want. But I had decided just to bring it up to meet the other one. Let's see. Boy, when they're off even just a tiny bit, you can sure tell. Okay. There we go. That is better. So, in order to make this a little wider, I'm just here. Let me draw a line for you. I'll show you how far over I'm going. Just that far to glue it. Okay, so well, this page just must be kind of crooked because it does not want to fold straight at all. We're going with it anyway. Okay, now on this end, you have to remember we don't want this to be any wider than our page. In fact, we probably want it to come back a little further. But don't come chop it off right here unless you just want a pocket. What you need to do then is probably fold this. Oh, I would go back at least 1/4 of an inch from the edge of the paper and make a line right there. And then I would fold on that one. And I would do the same back here. And then I would figure out where about 1.5 inches is from that fold, going back the other direction towards the open end of the paper. And then at 1.5 inches, I would draw a line. And it's just to give me a little more of a flap. Then I would go ahead and open this up and put this in my trimmer and trim both pieces off at the same time if I can. There we go. That removes that piece. Okay, now let's get this fold in here nice and tight before we start gluing anything. Let's check it on our page to be sure I didn't back it up too far. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now let's open this back up. And just for your sake, I'm going to fold this back on itself and put these lines in so you can see where I'm cutting. Can you see those a little better? Yeah. Okay. So we have that one, and I would do the same right here for you, just so that you can see it what I'm cutting on. Quick way to ink up too. Okay, and I would come up here and do the same thing. And it helps me a lot too, because these pages are a little glossy, and when they are in the light of that I have over me here, it's hard to see exactly where that line is. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so I'm going to cut these lines to begin with. This piece here and this one here are going to get cut away completely. This square or this rectangle and this square. Libby, back up. No, out from under the table. It's my dog. There she is. So I'm going to cut just to the inside of this line. So that this is going to be the flap. So I'm going to cut just to the inside of it. Just to that line. Same over here, but I'm going to cut to the inside of it this way. To the left of it this time. I'm going to go down here and do the same thing. Keeping my scissors on the flap side. Okay. Now what I did to trim these two pieces off, well, 4, was I rounded this kind of together over here. And you actually have to line up, fold this in to get rid of it. You don't want to cut it off. And then I lined it up right about there. So these lines are together and it all lines up. Then I cut it at an angle. Oh, here it is. I cut this at an angle from the corner there. Kind of at an angle there. You can see that it's not straight. And hopefully I did not cut my flap off. Thank goodness. Just trying to fold that flap out of my way. Folds better that way. Kind of complicated this way, but it lets you cut that angle in there so that you get a better pocket that you can access. Okay, so it doesn't matter which side you have up and down if you're going to cover it. Now if you want to be able to see what's on this side, I like this side, I would leave it. Perhaps on this side I might put another little picture in here or something. And then these are going to be upside down. So, it doesn't matter which way they go. They're not going to go right side up if you want this side to be right side up. So, let's see. How do we do this? Oh. We want to round these corners. Now, if you have a paper rounder, you can use this. And if you don't have a paper rounder, you can just put your two ends together. That one has a little owie in it. Put your two ends together and just round them. And there you go. Easy peasy. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to run glue right along here. And right along this edge. Going to fold that over. And glue those two together. Let me get this Boy, I'm gonna have to clean my mat. Now, if you don't like how that's cut there on that angle, you can trim it up a little bit now, or just leave it. You know, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so then, now this is the time that you would work at covering it if you want it covered. I'd kind of like that to be on the outside and the surprise opening to be on the inside this time. So we need to make some little round doodads. You need at least 2 large ones. These will go down like this and this. And then you need to put together probably 4 of the small ones. And so a small one that I'm using is 3/4 inch, and then this is the 1 inch. So let me get a piece of paper over here that has some weight to it. Here we go. And we'll cut some of these. Libby, get out of there. She snuck around the other side of the table, my dog, and I could hear her nibbling on the piece of plastic in the garbage that she was trying to get out. My dear dog. She learned that from the cat. The cat does that all the time because he likes the plastic. Well, now she thinks that she should like the plastic too, even though she doesn't really chew on it. I take it away from her. I don't want her to smother herself. Something silly like that. Okay. Throw these extra pieces away. I could save all of them, but I don't want to. So we're going to put 4 of these together. Four seems to work really nicely for these discs, making them after they're glued and dried. It makes them nice and stiff. Get that off the edge. And we'll put the next 4 together. She's got a piece of paper in her mouth now. Of course, I'm trying to get this done lickety-split, this video. And there she is, doing stuff. Libby, bring it here. Just a minute, off, get it away from her. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. She's chewing on stuff. Now, what did I do with it? There's one of them. Where's the other one? Okay. I'll need some little brads. Let me put these up here with my other ones. Okay, instead of sticking a hole through here, we're actually going to just stick it on here. Now, we did talk about covering this, but if you just like using junk journals, this is how you would do it. You wouldn't, you know, have to go through and cover everything up like I did on the other. But if you wanted to, this is the time to do that. And I brought along a piece of paper that we could do that with. So across there. And down that way. I think that's it right there. And then I would bend it here at that line. So this is just a cheap paper pad that I got at Walmart, I believe. No, must have been Joann's, because it's a DCWV and it's the heirloom stack. So let's see here. Now remember, we have these little curves here, so we would want to figure out where that curve is at. It's right there. So I would clip down that line, that fold, and then I'd come back over here and do something very similar. Now, it's not going to match up perfectly, but it doesn't have to. It just has to look good to you. And I think that looks good to me. There we go. And then if you wanted to cover this, you would do that too with one of these. But I want to get this one over there first. Okay, let's put this one on. We need just a little bitty line right there. Just like that. And then just a little bitty one over here. And if you cut it larger than it needs to be, it's just a little space there that will show. And I think for junk journals, that is just fine. So we're going to have enchiladas for dinner. My husband makes them very good. Don't ask me for his recipe, I don't know it. I make it a point not to learn his recipes. That way, if he wants that for dinner, he gets to cook it. I'm not a big cook in the family. My mother was a big cook. You know, she could cook. But I never got the art of it. I can cook, don't get me wrong. And I cook okay. What I cook tastes great. I have some of my favorite recipes. I'm a big fan of traditional foods, you know, roasts and steaks and that kind of thing. That's just what I like. Potatoes and mashed potatoes, gravy, all that stuff. That's my go-tos. Meatloaves. You know, you understand. You know what it is. I'm not vegan by any means. I don't desire to be. So, there we go. Okay, so that one's covered. Now, let's go back and cover this one. Out of paper. Let's see. Guess I should find another one of these that we could use. Okay, let me just slice that off because I can use it on another pocket if I want to. Oh, get back over there. There we go. Okay, cut it off right about here. Let's go ahead and just glue that on there. Whoops, just glued my table again. Did you see that? I've been really good at that lately. I'm trying to keep it clean, but I'm not very good at that when I'm crafting. I'm either going to craft or I'm going to be careful. And frankly, for me, I can't craft it, you know, how I want to if I'm being super careful about my mat. That one I'll have to trim all the way around. Now, I notice I have that little tear there, and you know what? Those little tears are going to keep going. So what I would do if you have a little tear, because these books are old and, you know, getting worse for wear here, I would take a piece of washi tape and my glue stick. And I would definitely try to put that over that. Just like that. Now you can't fold it over because it would either seal it closed or it will get in the way. But that will help protect it right there. So let's go ahead and do that down here. Now I think probably on this end I would just insert like a journal card there and keep this one because it's so pretty. Washi tape is really good for healing things. It's like the Band-Aid. Oops, boo-boos heal fast. Okay, now back to those little round things we made. Okay. We need to put a hole in them first. Uh-oh, losing my voice again. Disaster. I like to just kind of center them. I never get it right, but I always try. No sense in not trying this time. Just stab it through. They do bend a little bit. But, you know, you need to be careful, too, because you don't want to completely tear it. Okay, the reason I put this one down is it hides the paper clip. So that works out pretty good for me. Not paper clip. No, not the paper clip hinge. It hides the brad. I got it. It hides the brad. That one's not centered, of course. Let's grab a couple of brads. That looks like a nice gunmetal color. I don't know if they're both gunmetal, but this paper's a little bit thin. So, you know, it does bend quite easily. Okay. Finding your approximate center, we will glue this down. To here. I don't know, maybe right about there. Hope you can see that. Was I down here? Yeah, you could still see. Okay. Oh, it sounds like it's pouring down rain. Probably is. It does sound pretty though. I do love the sound of rain. Okay, approximately right there. Alrighty. Now, where's my string? Here it is. First, I wrap this around here to figure out how much I would need. That's one. Let me go one more. 1, 2, and let it hang a little bit. Then I went over here. Kind of hold that down. 1, 2. Okay. And then I took a good look at it and I said, where's my washi tape? And I put it somewhere. Here it is. Here's this one. It's not exactly the one I was looking for. Oh, here. I was looking for this wide one. It's kind of an old looking one. It's a Tim Holtz brand. And I like this because it's about 1 inch wide. And that's what I need here. Is about 1 inch of washi tape. Now I'm really going to put glue around this guy. think I got it just a little too tight. I'm going to have to loosen it up a bit. Whoops, stuck that right in my sleeve. Okay, right about there. And there you go. That will dry in place. And you now have an insert for your, and you can run these back here too if you want. If you would like washi tape on there, that's fine. Kind of adds to it, doesn't it? So we'll just say, okay. There we go. Just rotate that back over. And we'll let this dry. I don't want all this to dry down here. I want to get that up. So there we go. There is our signature insert for this one. And then of course you would have your little charms hanging down off of these. So it would be a nice little treat for whoever gets your journal, or even a nice little treat for you. Isn't that pretty? I love this. And then, like I said, on this one, I think I would just put a journaling spot. Maybe with some coffee dyed paper. Yeah, maybe. You know, something like that. Put a picture here. Maybe a couple of cutout ferns, because this is about ferns. So maybe I would do something like that there. Okay, so that is this signature insert. You can see how easy it was. Now, if you wanted to, just quickly, I'll show you. On this one, you would fold it the same way, right about there. This is a very thin paper. I would fold this edge over to give it some strength. And then you just hold it up here. Now this gives you pockets right here. So you would close this. So that gives you a stronger pocket. It doesn't matter if it's open here into the other pocket. And you would hold it in the center to get your center point. Now we're not going to go all the way through this, but so there's your center point. You would fold the ends in to get your upper fold, and then you would go back and clip these things off. Remember to clip at an angle on the side. And you could even clip this at an angle if you wanted. I kind of like them rounded myself. And clip this one at an angle. That's not a good angle, and see what that angle looks like. That's pretty good because we do have a pocket in here. So let me go down and do this other end really quick. And same thing here. Clip this one at an angle. Now you could pull these two sides together like I did on the original one I did. There we go. Okay, now we've got that part. Now this is where you decide if you want the inside to be like this, white, or if you want to decorate it. I'm just going to leave mine this color. I'm going to go up here and fold these two together, and this time I'm going to use my corner rounder at a 1/2 inch round. Whoops. There's no glue on there, so I don't know what you're complaining about. Okay, now you can leave this open if you want and just seal the sides, but I think what I would do, it's a deep enough pocket, I would go ahead and put glue here on the bottom, and because this is cut at an angle, I would put your glue probably up here, right to where your piece stops. Your paper stops. Okay. If you get any in there, you want to get that out because it will seal up that part of your envelope. So now you have your, wow, that one is like a surprise because you can't even tell it's there. I cut that one on. And then you would finish it up the same way. You'd put your little brads on here. If you wanted, you could use regular brads that have a decorative element on them. I have some here. These are a little flatter, so I'm going to go with the flatter ones. Let's choose these. Now, I do have to tell you, if you're going to just jab that through there, you probably better reinforce this. But, let's reinforce it with this washi tape. Trying to hurry, so I don't have you forever here. Maybe you'd just use a little piece of washi tape there and that would create some reinforcement there for that brad to go through. Then I would take the tiny hole, put that in about the center, right there. Put that through. And then I would probably cover that. I like to cover the brads up. I just feel like they're better covered. So maybe I would do a second piece of washi. Maybe I would do the washi afterwards. That feels better though, having a double piece there. There we go. I kind of like the double, so I'm going to do that again. And then I'm going to do the brad hole. And I'm going to put the brad in. Like that. There. Very nice. That makes it feel a lot better. Really reinforces it, makes it a little heavier. I know it's heavier because of the brad, but what I mean is the paper feels heavier. So, then it would be the same thing here as before. You would probably want to close up the center pocket right there. And then you would find the string. There's not enough left. Here we go. Been trying to use this thin string up. You'd wrap it around here a couple times. I should have left a little bit of space in there. But I didn't. A couple times around, trim that off. Then I would do my 1-inch line of glue. And I'd put my washi tape on there. And once again, you could fold this over if you wanted to. I don't know if I see the need to do that with this one. The other one felt like it might tear a little bit, so I was a little concerned about it. Okay, so there we go. We have a cute little pocket here and here. And fold this over. Now I've folded these different so they don't match up. That's okay. You're not going to see it because one's going to be on this side and one's going to be on that side. Now, if you would rather that it go with this part out, well, we're going to create a new fold, so by flipping it over, so let's change it and make them even. I love this pocket. I think it's very cool. And inside, yeah, that brad is really moving around in there. Inside we have a pocket. Perfect place for something, I'm pretty sure. This is too tall, but it is the perfect place for a journaling card in there. And a tag here. Too big of a tag, but you get the idea. I would definitely secure that brad a little bit better than I have it. And you have some little dangles here for charms. But I love that. This one is very, very thin. Even with these brads on there, it is still very, very thin. So, there we go. Signature inserts. Like this, or this. And what else did I have? Oh, I had this one. And, oh, I had this one. So, what do you think? Did I do okay? Okay, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to go help get the dinner all ready and go enjoy a nice romantic menu with my husband, a meal with my husband. All right, thanks for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that you'll consider making some. They're sure quick and easy. So make them as simple or as complicated as you would like. Okay, I will talk to you later. Bye for now.